and welcome to Rebecca's Crafting It Up tutorial. Today we're going to learn how to make boxes using 12 by 12 scrapbook paper. In order to do this, the supplies that you will need are 2 pieces of 12 by 12 scrapbook paper. I use Close to My Heart Colonial White paper, cardstock. You will need a bone tool for the scoring, scissors, and adhesive. I'm using the Bonding Memories adhesive. And also, you'll need your scoreboard, which is this. To start, we're going to start with the bottom. In making the bottom, it's pretty easy and simple to make these boxes. First, we're going to put it on the scoreboard. Right here is always our measurement point, so we always want to make sure it's flush here and flush here, and it'll fit right here in the corner perfectly. To make an 8 by 8 box, we're going to start at 2 inches here. You're going to come down and score the board, score your paper, not pushing too hard because we don't want to puncture it. Basically what scoring is, the definition is put a crease in the paper, and that's what we're doing. So then we're going to come over to this side and we're going to score it at 10 inches. So at 10 inches we score it. Then we're going to flip it and reposition it back in the corner. We're going to do a we're going to measure it again at 2 inches. And measure it again at 10 inches. Oops. Again, don't push too hard because you don't want to puncture the paper. Next, we're going to take our scissors. And we're just going to pick one of the side of the corners to cut. Doesn't matter which one you can cut whichever one you choose. Basically, we're creating the flaps of the box that will be folded onto the inside of the box. Next, we're going to fold in our creases. So just fold everything into the middle of your paper and then take your bone tool and just kind of flatten it out a little bit. It helps create a crisper crease for your box. So I just kind of move it back and forth. And we're going to go all the way around the box doing this with the crease, creating our creases. You can start to see the shape of the box as well. Now, once we start creasing it. Believe it or not, we are almost halfway done once we adhesive. So it's very quick and easy to do. Next, go ahead and start getting your adhesive. And as you can see now that we folded it, the box is kind of standing on its own. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add adhesive to these corners. Okay. And then you're going to make sure it's lined up with the sides. And kind of just make sure the adhesive sticks. And then go to the next one. Same thing. Okay, and you just go all the way around the box. We have one more corner after this side. You could also do scoring with a ruler. It's just basically the same measurements as the score that I showed you, just using your ruler. It's a little harder with the ruler, but you can do it with a ruler as well. So you don't necessarily have to have the box. Anyway, you can put a crease in the paper is basically all you need to do is put creases at those measurements. Okay, so again, these measurements for the bottom of the box is score at 2 inches and 10 inches on both sides. Now we're going to move into making the bottom of the box. So get another piece of 12 by 12 paper. Again, I use Colonial White from Close to My Heart, which you can get off of my website. Just follow the links below for the supplies and you can order off my site, my store. Now, for the top top, it's a little bit more tricky. We're going to start not quite at 0. We're going to start off just a little bit off of 0. Okay? And then you're going to measure again at 2 inches. So we're going to score at 2 inches again. And this time we're going to score at 10 1/8. So we're going to go 10 and then 1/8. Again, not too much pressure. You don't want to put too much pressure. It will puncture the paper. Again, not fully set. We're going to come off a little bit. Make sure you're flush at the top. We're going to come down 2 inches again. I just keep jumping today off the sides here. There we go. 2 inches. And then again, 10 1/8 inch. Okay. As you can see, we're back just like we did the bottom. Cut the corners, one side, it doesn't matter. And basically you're going to put the top together just like you did the bottom. So it's pretty fast and pretty simple. And guess what, folks? That's it. Now your box is almost done. You just have to glue this top piece together and your box is complete. And again, like I said, you can use a ruler to do this technique as well. It's a little harder, but you know, you still can get the same look, it's the same technique. It's just a little bit more work. So you don't have to go out and get a scoreboard. You just have to measure at the rulers at the measurements we talked about here today. So again, for the bottom box, it's off, not quite 0, just a little bit after 0, and then you're going to cut at 2, and I'm sorry, you're going to score at 2 and score at 10 1/8 on both sides. Now I'm going to do the adhesive again, just like the bottom. We're just basically putting it all together. And the reason why you off center, why you don't do it at 0 on this top piece, is because you need it to be a little bit smaller. You don't need it exactly the same size because, well, it's the top. So, and hold your adhesive for a few seconds. Just make sure it's bonded. If you're using a liquid, use very little. As you can see, I'm just doing like 1, 2 little strokes. 2 to 3, really. Okay. And I'm on my last corner for the top of the box. And voila, there's the top of your box. So see, all we have to, here we go. Ready? So you just put your lid on. And there you go, folks. There is your box. And see how awesome that is? It's pretty easy and pretty easy to do. Please follow the links below and it will take you to my store to get any of the supplies that you need for your projects. And I hope to see you again. Thank you and have a great day. Bye-bye.